welcome to another episode of Nerd Age. This is a show where we discuss everything nerdy. My name is Mick. With me, as always, are my co-hosts Josh,
What's up?
Corey,
Hello.
and Jonah.
What?
Hello.
Yeah.
Getting
Getting to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to the show, guys. Today, we're just going to be talking kind of here and there type of stuff. Not really any focus, but we are going to focus first on She-Hulk. Some She-Hulk.
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash, Attorney at Law,
That's
She-Hulk.
right. So Corey and I had an opportunity to watch this. The Marvel guys making
Right?
yeah. And
Are we Marvel guys?
Yeah, you are. Didn't.
I'm more
for
of a
some
selective
reason.
Marvel
Yeah.
guy.
Wow, this is like deja vu.
So Corey,
Oh my god.
what did you think of She-Hulk? We're jumping right into it.
I was like, I think I said, I'm a true nerd ager, so
That's
I
right.
did my due diligence to watch this. I watched it today, and it was all right. A lot of scenes kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, and the first scene, which is that rubbed me the wrong way, was basically the first one, and it was basically she was going into court, and she's like, "Wait, this actually wouldn't make sense. So let me explain how I became Hulk." And she's like looking at the camera, breaking
Yeah.
that fourth
Yeah.
wall, and I didn't like that, but. You mentioned in a previous life that's part of her character in the comic books.
Yeah, because I saw people were excited.
Her
Like
and
When they-
Deadpool
yeah.
do similar things.
I saw people in the when the trailer first came out, they were like, "Oh, it looks like she's breaking the fourth wall," so they're gonna keep that aspect
Yeah.
of it. So people were excited about that.
Yeah,
Why you would be? I don't know. If it's
don't
not
like
The
it.
Office, don't do it.
I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not a fan because it's like it takes me out of the story, and it's like things are just less believable
Yeah,
the more you do that.
but she's telling you the story.
Yeah, with the Office,
She's trying to draw you in.
with the Office, it's more believable and fine because it's a
Right, 'cause
real
it's a
life.
documentary.
It's not fake.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it is fake, but it's not.
So does that bug you when, like, Deadpool does it?
Yeah, I mean, he's also kind of just a joke, like not a joke in a bad way, but like he just jokes, and so
Sure.
he just wants to just fool around and be stupid all the time. And
Does
that's
that-
part of it, intrinsic to his character,
Right. And that's a very, like, yeah, that's very much part of his character is breaking the fourth wall. I don't know much about She-Hulk in the comics.
Apparently, it is.
If she
Apparently, it
does.
is
She
a
does.
part of her character.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
it bother you when Bugs Bunny does it?
Yeah,
Man,
man.
what's that back?
It takes me out of it. Starts knocking on that glass. Hey, you over there?
It's just, I think it's the way it's done. It, like you said, it's kind of like, I don't
It's
know.
not full send comedic. It's just like I should probably let you know how this happened. It wasn't like for a funny reason, which Deadpools are very funny
Yeah.
in that way, very intentional, and it'll make people laugh in the theaters. But She-Hulk, it was just like, okay,
Well,
it's
she
just
had
like
the other
lazy.
one at the end where she kind of like says something and then she looks at the camera like, "Oh, you're there," kind of
Well, and
thing,
it was-
and it was just like, what?
And it was weird because like I feel bad for I can't remember his name, but Bruce Banner. He's like weirdly like trying to act in this like scene where he's not supposed to like acknowledge the camera. But
Gotcha.
he's supposed to be like, what are you looking at? Like, what's going? So his face was weird. Like, I didn't know the motion. It wasn't surprise. It was more like awkwardness, if anything. It felt weird in those instances. So those two scenes just felt weird. Yeah. But other than that, the CGI looked better from the trailers, so that was good.
Yeah, that was a big complaint.
Yeah, so it looked better. It looked like it fit in a lot more scenes, so that was good. So that wasn't like in my face, like terrible. But yeah, there's aspects of her kind of story. It just felt like the episode was only 35 minutes long. And
short.
It felt like they just ultra fast tracked everything about her. And I know that writing has conveniences. They get to write. They get to make whatever they want. But man, there were so many conveniences packed into like 5 minutes, 10 minutes that I was just like, am I really supposed to buy
Yeah.
into this? Like, who's
That's how it
buying into
happened.
this? It's like, boom, you get in a wreck, bang, your blood crosses, and you get the Hulk blood. Okay, that's believable-ish, even though he should Hulk out and protect her in a car accident where they fly off a
Right.
cliff. Don't know why he didn't Hulk out. He had that device on him that's supposed to make sure that he doesn't Hulk out, but couldn't
Yeah.
he just Hulk out? Like, it's a life or death situation. Anyway, not believable. He's a superhero. He's fought everyone, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, then they go to his lab because she hulks out and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, yo, you're my cousin. So we actually share the same like DNA to like are able to like synthesize the gamma rays, which normally would just kill someone. So that's cool. Also, by the way, your blood is better than mine and actually is somehow better than mine. And then now it allows me to heal my arm, which is weird. And then it's like, it's just a lot of conveniences where it's like, oh, boom, boom, boom. And then it's like, oh, you need to deal with your anger and control the Hulk. Wait, you don't have a Hulk like taking the wheel? Like you're not a passenger?
There's not another person in you?
I'm not. It's not. I'm just like, okay, I get that she can't be the same person and have the same journey as him. I get that. But it was like 10 minutes to get through it and then boom, bang, bang, done. Like she figured out how to be the Hulk.
Yeah.
She figured out that she doesn't have to fight this other Hulk. And it's just like conveniences. And it was just like,
And in that
where's
point,
the struggle? Like, where's the hero's journey?
absolutely.
There's nothing.
there's an absolute, like the scene that everyone's talking about, you've probably seen clips of it, is Bruce Banner is basically trying to say, hey, like he gives her a book and says, you can't leave here. You're going to not have a job anymore. You're going to have to stay here until you learn to control it. He's like, I've spent 15 years writing down everything because it's taken me so long. And he's trying to convince her. And she's like, she basically says that the reason she can control her anger is that she's better at it because she's a woman and she's been catcalled. And
well, she's lived her life in a harsher way that she's had to control her anger her whole life versus him just now having to control his anger.
Has she had to like flee from a government agency?
no,
like,
there's nothing like that.
anything like that, maybe.
And so
No?
She didn't face death like millions of times. She didn't lose her one like love. She also didn't like get like secluded from just existence and have to sever all of his ties to all of his relationships. None of that.
But
But
they use that
catcalling-
as the whole line of like, if I
I've been catcalled, so.
So to me, that's where I'm like, some people are saying like, oh, well, it's true. And I was like, well, there's a way to write it that doesn't just come across as just being like just silly. It's written so poorly that you're just like, and you're just supposed to accept it. The other thing that drives me absolutely crazy, and Marvel does this all the time, is they get things that people have like plot holes and they use it as a joke. Like there's a part where he's talking about how the Hulk character doesn't make sense, and he says something like, yeah, for a while only Black Widow would sing to me a lullaby. It doesn't make any sense. And like they make a joke about it, the fact that they didn't even continue on with that. They just was like, oh, thrown in there. And it drives me absolutely nuts to be like, people write these things and in these movies they supposedly fit, and then they discontinue them or like, oh, that didn't make any sense. And then later on they're just like, yeah, we know that was stupid. Let's just make a joke about it. And then people laugh and be like, oh, okay, it's all good now. It's like, no, it's bad writing.
You need to pay for that.
This is dumb. No, it just drives me crazy though. It's like, oh, we're just supposed to laugh it off and I'll be, oh, that's true. Oh. But
I mean, that's what Marvel does best is
laughs.
Laugh it off.
laughing it off.
But for me, that's kind of like what you're saying, Corey. It's like they do the intro in an episode in 30 minutes, and there's no, like you said, there's no struggle. I'm sure the struggle is going to be men and her living in this lawyer life and having to deal with people because they
Also,
already
she's
have
green,
that.
So
They already have that one lawyer that's like, do you want me to do the closing argument? Because I'm better at it than you. Like they already pushing that. When she first turns into the Hulk, she turns into the Hulk because she's at a bar. She wakes up from the accident. And she's like in the middle of the woods. She stops in a bar. And then these guys are like, hey, where you going, lady? And then she turns into the Hulk because she gets angry that they're catcalling her. And that's when the Hulk comes and like takes her away. And then she wakes up in his. So it's kind of like, really, that's what you're doing is like the anger that you have these superheroes that have dealt with the world ending, people being snapped out of existence, all this stuff. And you're like, you have this hero that's like dealing with being catcalled, and she's Hulk-splaining to the Hulk how she can control
did you just coin
her
that term?
anger. Yes, I did. How to me it's just like,
Hashtag
come on,
Hulk-splaining.
like you can do it. You can be better than just being
like that. Anyways,
It felt weird because they're like, here's the reason why I'm good at controlling the Hulk, but then she didn't do it. So like they catcalled her and she lost it and she turned into the Hulk. But then later she's like, well, I'm so good at this because I can control my anger. But she didn't do that. I don't know. It just felt like backwards.
yeah.
Like
she's like, I'm infinitely better at
it's like
controlling
the
my
one
anger than
example they used, and then they like didn't follow through. Like, no, she didn't lose her, or she did lose her cool when they were catcalling her. Like, I don't know.
Maybe
it
it's just
felt-
like just setting up that like her character thinks that she is, and then maybe throughout the show she'll
because
learn that.
then
she's
at
not,
the end
or-
of the
she's
show,
like-
she's in court and a villain comes in and is like wrecking stuff, and the lady's like, "It's time to do your thing," and she like takes her shoes off and she turns into the Hulk, takes out the villain, and then she turns back into herself and does her closing arguments. So it's like they're already telling you like she can control it whenever she wants.
Okay.
She's already better than
so.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
Just trying to play devil's advocate.
I think that I'm not the target market. Obviously, I'm not the target consumer. I don't think I should like this. But I will say that it's too bad because it's like a missed opportunity. I think she could be really cool. And I think there is a reality where I actually do enjoy this show because the CGI was good. The acting was good. Like there's nothing wrong with that. The world was fine. I actually
Yeah.
really liked their interactions at the like tiki bar place, the lab that he had and stuff like that. That was cool. I like the references to like Iron Man and stuff like that. That was cool too. But yeah, I just don't where they're going with the show. I'm not sure if I'm the most excited about it.
Well, and I think there's a way to do it. Like I love
Yeah.
Wonder Woman,
I don't
and
like
I think there's like in the Wonder Woman movie, there's the aspect of yes, she's a woman and she lives in a world where men don't treat her right. You know, when she walks in and all the
that's-
generals
and
are there,
that's
and
a
they're like, "Why
reality.
is she here?" But there's scenes in that movie where it's like where she does stuff like in No Man's Land scene. Like as a man watching that, I got chills and I loved it. There was stuff they did with Steve Trevor that it wasn't like I'm against you, I'm better than you, I'm this. It was like no, them having like working together that really worked really well. And so to me, it's like there's a way where you can write a character that isn't at the expense of
I don't like how
Man, you know,
they're
like, it's
pinning
at
each other.
odds, yes.
They're pinning the two genders against each other,
right.
the two sexes against each other.
Yeah,
It's
and I
like,
just think
there's a different way to do it.
there's ways
Yeah,
to do
a
it,
better way.
and I think the writing in this to me was like very cringy.
very
that
anti-male.
that line in general, I was like, I'm okay with you being like, hey, like we want to address these aspects in social aspects between
Yeah.
men and women. That's fine, but when there's a way you can write it where a guy like me will get behind it and be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. And there's another way you write it like they did where it just seems like, you know, as a woman, my life has been the worst ever and I have to deal with so much more than you. To me, it's like
yeah,
that
I'm gonna stop you right
doesn't-
there. You just don't
doesn't
get
work.
it. You don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You've never been catcalled.
You know what?
Yeah, I have been catcalled.
I
Actually.
actually did like the fact that they did have these guys like catcall her and then she like lost it on him. I actually like that. I wish they would have done that
Yeah.
better where you like root for her. You're like, yeah, freaking beat him up. Like, let's go.
Hulk smash him.
He's Hulk smash. I wish the bad guy at the end was a dude, actually, you know?
That's true. It was a woman, so
It's like, but yeah, I don't know. I guess at the hip, just like first episode, it was a little positive, but not much. I'd probably put it like 6 or something like that.
it's crazy to me. Some people are saying this is the best Marvel show. Like
Who?
like the people on the internet.
Who
like
was that?
The same people that like Justice League. You know what I mean?
Who
Zack
are
Snyder's
the
Justice League.
Really?
Yeah, there's people that are saying like
I
it's
have
really
not
good.
seen anything on my Twitter.
And to me, it was like like it wasn't good. I might continue watching it because I'm curious to see how Daredevil comes into it.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like the only reason I'd watch it is for me to continue to make fun of it, kind of. So
Do you even know how many episodes?
I don't
supposed to
know,
be?
but they're all like they're all like 30 minutes long. So it's more of a
70% Rotten Tomatoes audience score.
Wow.
Generally positive. Cheers.
cheers
I'll drink to that.
She-Hulk. Green drink for the green girl, yo.
We do have green 7-Ups on set.
That's right, just
on
for,
set.
7-Up is sponsoring
So
today's show.
if you guys are hanging out, crack open a cold
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
7-Up. Live refreshed. I don't know what they're tagging.
Yeah, when you buy a 7-Up, mention Nerd Age for a 10% discount on your soda.
I wish that was a thing. I would love money. But that's it for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Jonah, so you're going to keep watching it just to make fun of it?
It's 30 minutes long.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
not
can-
a big, huge
Yeah.
commitment. Yeah,
Sure.
I'm going to watch it.
I'll probably start it when Daredevil makes his appearance.
We'll let you know.
You're just gonna start on that episode.
Yeah,
Can't wait
I
to
mean,
watch the new
that is
Daredevil
like
show.
a big reason why I wanted to watch the show is just for him.
Well,
so.
are you concerned? Because a lot of people are saying, like, what if they screw Daredevil up? Like, because you've got the Netflix, what they did with that. Is he going to be different in this show because it's Disney
I think
Plus?
they're going to make
and-
him different.
Are you going to be upset about? Are you going to Hulk out? At
I might
that?
Hulk out.
Okay.
Well,
You gonna
you'd
start
be
a
lesser.
petition?
You'd be a lesser version of Hulk because you're a dude. So
Yeah.
Yes.
30 years to conquer your angers.
It'll take time.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for our She-Hulk talk.
She-Hulk.
Cool. Well, let us know what you guys thought about it if you watch
Yeah.
the show. Maybe you did.
Hey,
maybe you didn't.
if you loved it, let us know in the comments why you loved it. If you think we're completely wrong and we misread everything
know.
in it, let us know. We can take it. We can take it. If you want to catcall us and say how attractive we are, we can do that too.
Oh,
Please.
let us
I mean,
that'd be a good test.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it is tough. That's a bad way to end this. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.